The disadvantages of ETF is that we need to know, as good as it sounds, ETF as an investment product structure does not perform well in all markets. Index or ETF normally outperform unit trust in a developed market because normally US or European market, they are more efficient compared to Asian market. So it will make it very difficult for unit trust fund manager to generate additional return from average market return to beat market. So for example here, we can see this frankly US opportunity fund hardly have opportunity to beat Vanguard S&P ETF. It is very close, but it never really outperformed very clearly. Same thing also in this European market as well. You can see this Vanguard TA European Equity Fund also cannot outperform than this Vanguard FTSE Europe ETF. But in developing market like Malaysia, China, and Asia, whereby the market is less efficient, then unit trust fund manager will be able to outperform the index and ETF because they are, as a human manager, they are able to find opportunity from fundamental analysis or technical analysis to identify undervalue or overvalue stock to increase the chance of making higher return than market average return. Say for example, if I show you here, you can see in a market like Malaysia, you've got this one fund called Kenanga Group. So over the past 10 years, it can easily outperform significantly against ETF. So in this kind of market, you buy ETF, you got to be prepared to underperform compared to unit trust fund. And in a market like China as well, okay, China is developing, but it's not as developed as US market. So as you can see here, if you look at like say IHB, Big Cap, Principal Greater China, you can see especially Principal Greater China, it outperformed MSCI China Index or iShare MSCI China ETF by so much. Of course, I must disclaim here, I'm not proposing you to buy any of this fund or any of this ETF. I'm just using this as an example to prove a point how in a developing market like China, unit trust fund normally can perform better than index and ETF. And if you look at Asia market in general, then we can see here Principal Asia Pacific Dynamic Income Fund can also obviously outperform MSCI Asia ex Japan and also outperform iShare Core MSCI Asia ETF. Okay, now the second disadvantage of ETF is the double-edged sword of intraday pricing. So just now we say pricing of ETF very transparent, and then every hours during the trading hour or every minute you can see the pricing changes. But it can be also a disadvantageous. Why? First, when you can trade so freely, it can change your mindset from an investor mindset to an active trader mindset. So when you start trying to time the market, pick the hot sector or hot ETF, it is easy to get caught up in the regular trading. And regular trading at cost. Now, every time you trade, there's a cost to your portfolio and reduce one of the benefits of ETF, which is low cost. The third advantage is that cost of ETF may not be as low as what you think. It could be quite high as well, because as more and more niche ETF or special ETF are created, they are more likely to follow low volume index. Therefore, it will increase the cost. So in addition, actively managed ETF, they also charges higher fees. Another disadvantages of ETF is that ETF offer diversification, reduces volatility. However, just because an ETF contain more than one of many underlying security does not mean that it cannot be affected by volatility. An ETF that tracks a broad market, like for example S&P 500, is likely to be less volatile compared to an ETF that track a specific industry, like for example, a oil service industry ETF. Okay, so every time you choose an ETF which is very specific, very narrow, you increase the risk. So if you buy into leverage ETF, then of course you are amplifying the losses if the investment go down. Don't think that ETF has got no risk. Okay, and number 5, for ETF investor, you do not have a say. What are the stock the particular ETF chosen to invest? This means that an investor that try to avoid a particular company or a particular industry do not have the same control as investor focus on individual stock investing.
If money is important to you, please remember to subscribe to my channel.